Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't noticed from the last couple of videos, I've been filming in a different location, but I decided to film on the same day as the solar eclipse while I was out here waiting for it, and also after it was over and there was so much more traffic, so I finally decided to film it. But if you cannot tell from today's title, today we're going to talk about 4 reasons why you should not bring books to college. Now, before you jump on me and all that kind of stuff about, well, how it's great, how I love books, and books are life, listen to what I have to say, because there are probably more reasons as to why you shouldn't bring extra books to college, but this is the list I could come up with right off the top of my head. So reason number 1, dorm rooms are small. Like, dorm rooms are really small. I was lucky enough to be in a single, so I really didn't have to worry about anybody else's personal space and what they had and what they were bringing. But for people with roommates, if you come in and you bring all these extra books and stuff, you're taking up more space probably than is warranted to you. And also, you're gonna get more books, which you're gonna get more books to have. So you're gonna have to allocate space to even more stuff that you're gonna acquire while you're in college. So just try to remember that. Like, if you're gonna bring books, like, bring like 2, because having all the space you can when you have a roommate is really important, because you're gonna be stepping on each other and climbing over each other, getting ready for classes and stuff, and you just want all the extra space you can. So reason number 2, I've been watching some people's videos on what books they are bringing to college, and some are new books that they haven't read before, which is awesome. You may or may not have time to read them, but some are also rereads or comfort books or things like that, and it's like, you do not have time to reread books. You just don't have the time. If you need that book, or if you want that book, get it on an ebook. Get it, for Kindle, Nook. Get it as an e-reader, so that way it's on your phone or on your iPad or on your laptop at all times whenever you want to pull it up. But that way you don't take up, bringing back to question 1, take up more space in your dorm that you don't already have. And also, I was a science major. I know a lot of people in BookTube are English majors or psych majors, so you're already going to be reading a lot of books, which means you're going to be getting a lot more books during your time in college. So you're only going to have a limited amount of time to then read for pleasure. So that's another reason why you shouldn't bring books to college. And which brings me to question 3, you're going to get more books in college. Being a science major, I had bio books and chem books, and I had to take psych and just so many more things, and I really did not have the time to read for pleasure. If I did, it was because I was in an extracurricular activity and we were traveling. So I would use that time on the plane or on the bus to read, but honestly, most of the time I was using it for homework, because I needed to get my labs done or write this paper and turn it in. And that's what I had to use my extra time for, which is why my blog never went any further in my 4 years of college, because I didn't have time to upkeep it. So I applaud everyone who has taken the time to upkeep their blog and their BookTube channels while they're in college, because that's really hard to do. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I wasn't willing to do it. And granted, I was involved in a lot of things in college, so what little extra time I had was left for sleeping. And finally, number 4, and which part I think is the most important, if you're reading too much, you're not experiencing college. I know there are a lot of introverts here on BookTube, which is one reason why BookTube exists, let's be real. But you can find other introverts being outside of your room. You can find people who don't want to go party every weekend, who don't want to go to the big game or to go do all those things. You can find people who like to talk about books, who like to just hang out and chill, but you can't do that if you're reading. If you're reading all the time, you can't find new people, you can't experience new things, you won't join clubs and get involved in your school, because I know it's cliche, but college is the best 4 years of your life. It's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. I was involved in sports and Greek life and healthcare and I was just involved in a lot. So I didn't leave a lot of time for reading, but I had a lot of fun, and I still did get some reading done, especially over breaks, and it was a good reprieve from studying. So I think those are valid reasons as to why not to bring books to college. So it's just something to think about, you know. Also, it's less to pack, less heavy, because books are heavy. Books are very heavy, especially if you're bringing a lot of them. So it's just something to think about, But if you are bringing books to college, what are you reading next? What are you gonna read? If you don't want to bring books to college, what are some reasons why you think other people shouldn't bring books to college? If you're in college or out of college, what are some other good tips for people going into college or booktubers going to college now that are good to keep up with reading and enjoying all the things that booktube and book blogging have to offer? But that's all for me today. So until next time, keep turning the pages.
Cut.
Scene! Oh, oh, oh.